Hello and welcome to Illuminate Your Truth. I am your host, Elena Isis. Thank you all so much for being here today. In regards to this podcast, I've decided to change a few things, and I think it's about time because I'm on episode 66? Oh my Lord have mercy. I can't believe I've been doing it this long, but guess what? I have. And so I thought it was time to make some changes. So I've changed the theme, Ancient Wisdom for Modern Souls, a podcast for truth seekers and deep lovers. And I really just want to explore this. And so what better way than to explore it with you all, my dedicated crew of listeners. I'm diving deep. I'm diving into some hard truths I think we're going to be touching on in this podcast for this season. Some hard truths, and we're going to be talking a lot about deeper love and higher love and how to experience that with yourself, and not only with yourself, but in relationship as well, with friends, family, partners, deep love. Yeah, on all levels here. And so today I wanted to talk about a topic that, it's changed my life, and I really do enjoy it. We're talking about sacred depth. We're also talking about devotion and desire as well. But the main topic for this episode is going to be about sacred depth. Now, if you listen to this podcast, I pretty much guarantee that you have some depth to you. You have some deep wisdom within yourself that you carry and you hold. Now, we cultivate this wisdom within ourselves, and we hold wisdom from our past lives, from our present life, things that we've learned, and wisdom from our ancestors. It's powerful stuff. And today we're just going to talk about accessing our depths and accessing our depths within ourselves and with others. So when we access our depth, and a way that I really learned how to access my depths was through meditation. I took meditation really seriously one year, and I meditated every day for a year. And when I did that, it really helped me hear my thoughts, and it really helped me listen to my intuition, connect and talk to different parts of my body, connect with the energy around me. Meditation is a fantastic tool for that. So if you're looking for a way to go within and to look and see and explore your depths, I definitely suggest meditation, guided meditation, just meditating, focusing on your breathing. It'll really help you quiet your mind. Meditation helps you hear and feel subtle energy. So it's very helpful because that's the language of the spirit realm, is subtle energy. So if you can really get quiet and hear and listen to the thoughts in your head, or the silence and what is being downloaded or what is being spoken to you through your intuition, it's really easy to connect with your depths whenever you can have those conversations with yourself in silence. We can access our depths through meditation. Our depths will start to talk to us, will start to reveal things to us. The more we look, the more we go down there, the more we start lifting things up and inspecting things down there. Once you start inspecting things, it's going to start revealing things. And so it can start revealing things in the form of visions. You may be meditating in a vision. You may see something. You may not even be meditating. You may just be out living your life, and a vision will pop in your head, and you'll be like, wow, that's really interesting. That really felt like something important. Different information can be received through visions, dreams. You'll receive a very powerful dream. And for me, I don't really remember my dreams that much unless it was really important and powerful. So I always take that seriously. If I wake up, remember a dream, and it's stuck in my head and I keep thinking about it, I'm like, okay, well, that was very important. What's trying to be shown to me? What's trying to be revealed here? Another thing is through signs, different angel numbers, different signs, animals. Any way the spirit or God or your spirit guides are going to be talking to you, you want to just be open to those signs. That's a way that something in our depths could get our attention as to what we need to be focusing on. I've learned that when we start looking, we usually find stuff, and sometimes it's ours, sometimes it's our ancestors, but usually it's what we're shown is something that is currently affecting us in our life at that time. it resonates with something in our life that is challenging, maybe a challenging situation or maybe a challenging relationship. There's something in the depths that will reveal itself to us so that we can start to heal that, so that we can stop the cycle, so that we can learn the lesson and move on. And so that I think that that's super important, like thinking and knowing that our depths is not something to be afraid of. It's something to want to explore, because that's where all of the pain and suffering and trauma is hidden. Also, there's wisdom. There's lots of good things down there. It's not all bad. I don't want anybody thinking that you're just going to find horrible things down there. But there are some things that we need to look at if we want to rise. And if you listen to this podcast, we're all about rising here. We're all about living our highest version of ourselves. And so going and looking into the depths is definitely very important. But it's a beautiful thing, and it's very sacred, the depths that we hold. I like the phrase, people can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. So now we're talking about relationship and sacred depth in relationship. And also our depths are meant to be honored. Only certain people will understand your depth, and it's usually those with a similar capacity for depth. This is what I've learned. A lot of people I cannot talk to on the level. And the level is like fully just sharing my wisdom 100%, fully on topics about spirituality. I mean, I go there on this podcast. That's why I created this podcast, because I did not have anyone to share these thoughts and these experiences with who could relate. If you're on this path, you'll probably have that problem too. There's a lot of things that you can't just go sharing willy-nilly with people. A lot of it requires depth to even begin to understand it. So I really find it important to, whenever you're entering into any kind of relationship, if you are on the path of growth, to try to find people with depth. Try to find people who you can share things with. It doesn't have to be the really, really, really deep stuff yet. I mean, obviously you have to cultivate a relationship first, but if you can cultivate a relationship and you can feel the depth within that person and know that, like, okay, this person's deep. Like, I really feel like they could understand me, and I feel like I understand them. Cool. Let's vibe. Okay. But yeah, someone can only meet your depth with the level of how deeply they've gone within themselves. And I find that to be really important, to find people that can grasp your depth at least a smidge, like you really want people to be able to understand you sometimes. And so, especially if it's a friend. So just remember that. All right, now we're going to talk about sacred depth in relationships. So now we're going to talk about women first. And so let's talk about in sexuality, because I feel like this is one of the most beautiful topics that I really love, and I really want to touch on it. Now, as a woman, whenever we allow a man to enter us fully, it's not just physical, it's also energetic. And whenever we allow a man fully, now when I mean a man fully, I'm talking about his cock, okay? And when we allow a man to fully enter us, enter our yoni, our womb space, we are opening. This is how we soften as women. As women, we crave to be open towards our man. We crave the openness and we crave the vulnerability. As a woman, naturally, this is something that we want to be able to do, to fully surrender. Now, in order to fully surrender physically, I really do believe you have to be able to surrender emotionally and spiritually as well with this man to receive all the benefits of opening fully physically. I feel like it just kind of all comes together. But whenever a woman opens fully, she begins to soften and her heart starts to bloom and open. Her nervous system settles into safety. And in this moment, he's not just in your body. He's in your energy. He's in your fucking soul. All right. And I've come to understand that women desire to be filled completely, full of your man, every inch of him inside of you. I really feel like that is just the dream. And it's not weakness. I really feel like it's this unshakable devotion. And I've really tried to cultivate that in my relationship. Devotion, untamed, and just open, not weak, but powerful. It is power, because your yoni is a portal and you carry a lot of power and energy there. And you can actually make receiving your man fully into your turn on. It can turn you on to know that you can receive your man so fully, all of him, every inch of him. Okay, so now let's touch on the man in the relationship and how sacred depth can help the man as well. So when you allow your man to enter you fully, again, not just physical, this is also energetic. He's in your field. He's in your soul. Men, they crave to be deep inside of a woman. I feel like that's what they fully crave, just like how we desire to be filled, fully welcome, fully consumed. A man feels in bed. And there's something that happens when you relax completely and when you breathe him in, when you meet his rhythm with yours, and when your walls soften and the energy pulls him even deeper. It's not about enduring or forcing. It's more about melting and melding together and calling him home within yourself. And to me, that is literally the most beautiful thing that I could possibly imagine. And that's just fully receiving your man into your yoni. Now, we haven't even talked about into your mouth and your throat, because those two are very sacred spaces where we can fully receive our man. Now, whenever we are about to receive our man fully, I really think it's important for women to connect with ourselves before we even take this on. Like, I really feel like sex is supposed to be a ritual, and there's supposed to be moments where you stop and you ask yourself questions. You ask yourself if you want to do this, if you want to do this or that. You talk to your partner. It's a ritual. And before I receive my husband fully, sometimes I really like to make it a ritual. So before I even take it on, I ask myself, is my body a yes? Is my yoni ready to receive him fully? Or is my mouth or my throat ready to receive him fully? And if my body says yes, which when my body says yes, it's calm. There's no jolting inside of myself. It's just calm and relaxed. And I feel happiness about it, joy about it. And if my body says yes, then it's on. If my body says no, then I might close myself off a little bit. I'll feel like a shutdown almost. And then I know that I can't receive him fully that night. And that's okay. Your no is just as powerful as your yes, if not even more powerful. Okay, so definitely if you're with a man, he should respect your no if you can't fully receive him, because this is your decision. This is something that you're choosing to do to open yourself up to this man, which is a very sensitive thing. Like, sex is a spiritual thing. It's an emotional, spiritual connection. And there should always be respect for whoever everyone involved wants. And so sometimes I'll open with that to even ask myself if I can fully receive him. And if it's a yes, and my body says yes, then I do. All right. And after the session, after I fully received him and, we've made love, I'll close with what part of me opened during that experience. Like, what opened up in that experience, receiving him fully. Now, whenever you are receiving your man fully, your throat or your mouth, a lot of times receiving your man fully in that sense can be a little intense, because there can be gagging, there can be eyes watering, all of those really intense things. But through that experience and receiving him can actually make you more confident and feel stronger as a woman, to know that you were able to receive your man fully, and to know that he was able to feel at home inside of you, within your mouth, your throat, your yoni, wherever. And to me, I think it's so beautiful when we can receive each other openly and share in this beautiful thing called love, to share in this beautiful thing called connection and deep connection. Because whenever you're a deep person, you need other deep people, and sex is a lot deeper. Okay, sex for us is a very spiritual thing. And so, yes, sacred depth is so important in relationships. I really feel like it helps you to open up to each other a little bit more. Desire, yes, it just, sometimes you will desire this, and to be able to physically make that desire a reality, I think is beautiful. And it's so important to find the right person for this, because you're definitely going to want someone who respects you and it shows you love and you feel safe around. Feeling safe is so important, because if you're not feeling safe as a woman in a relationship, you're not going to want to open up. You're not going to want to allow. You're not going to want to do that because you don't feel safe. Men out there, just make sure your woman feels safe, held, and loved, and she is able to feel vulnerable in front of you so that she can receive you deeper. Women do really desire to be filled and to be fully filled with their man. Wow. Okay. yeah, so sacred depth, just one little part of sexuality relationship that just explodes whenever you are on the higher path, are on the higher path of like deeper connection with your partner, and how to make every little moment more connected, making sex even more spiritual, even more emotional, even more connected. It's just going to bring you closer together. And I really feel like that's what it's all about, is remembering the bond, remembering why you're together, and just always challenging yourself to be better, to connect more, to love harder, to love deeper, to forgive, to resolve conflicts quickly and get back to loving each other. Because remember, that's why you're together in the first place, to love each other. There's going to be conflict, of course, but get over those conflicts and work through them so that you can get back to loving each other deeply, because that's how you ascend. And that's how relationships get taken to the next level. It takes work, but yeah, it's possible. Thank you guys so much for listening. That's all I got for today. I just wanted to briefly dive into that and talk a little bit about depth and how it can really shift our relationships and make them deeper, make them stronger, make them more bonded. Okay, it was so wonderful talking to you all. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Illuminate Your Truth podcast. Follow me there. And I just opened up an Etsy store, so like go check it out. I have some printable prayers and self-care menus on there. I'm just kind of having fun creating some things and putting them out there. So be sure to check it out. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you for tuning in. Bye for now. Bye.